Hello everyone and welcome back to Hannah's Happy Home. In today's video, I will be working at organizing a few different areas in our home, sharing some organization ideas, and then later on in the video, I will be restocking the fridge and pantry with food, making homemade sourdough bread and granola, so a variety of different things in today's video. I hope that you enjoy it and that it can give you a lot of organization and decluttering inspiration. Also want to mention I am doing a giveaway in today's video. I'm giving away a $50 gift card to Amazon so that one of you can buy some organization products for your home on me. The details of how to enter this giveaway will be typed up here on the screen and also down below in the description box. So I'm starting off this video in Levi's nursery, just quickly tidying up his room before we get started on creating a better organization system for his closet. Okay, so here's what his closet was looking like before we got started. The plan was to add shelving and rods to this closet to create some custom closet organization, but we didn't want to do anything too difficult or pricey. We wanted to keep it simple and on a budget, so the first thing I did was to order a white bookshelf from Amazon for $50, and that was going to be our starting piece for this build. We were going to attach it right in the center of the closet, and then from that bookcase attach long shelves and rods to either side of the closet. And we love how it turned out. It was easy, and now we're able to better utilize the storage space that's in this closet. So we needed a bookcase that was a little over 65 inches tall, and the only one that I could find that was close to 65 inches tall that was a good price and that would get here on time was this one that was a little over 70 inches tall. So he did have to take the top pieces of the bookcase out to his table saw and cut off about a little over 5 inches of that. And then we just didn't put the top piece on the bookcase, and he just attached it directly to that shelf that was already in the closet. And now that the bookcase is installed, we headed out to cut the wood for the shelves to size. These two boards were $17 a piece at Lowe's, and they were 6 foot long and 12 inches wide. And we already had a few little strips of wood on hand that he was able to use for installing these shelves. So using that stud finder, he marked where all of the studs were in the wall, and then he attached those little boards along the back and the sides of the wall. That way he could set the shelf on top of these boards and attach the shelf to the boards. We had 2 extra closet rods in storage on hand already, which was nice. We didn't have to buy those. So he went ahead and attached the brackets for the rods on either side, and we'll pop those rods in here in a little bit. But first I'm going to paint these shelves. I taped around the shelves and then just did 2 quick coats of white paint. That was just some basic white paint that we already had on hand. And once the shelves were dry, I went ahead and started putting everything back into the closet, hung up some of Levi's clothes, and I added some baskets and organizers to the shelves. Some of these baskets I already had on hand, but I did buy a few new clear organizers and also these 2 baskets with the black stripes. So in total, everything that I spent for this closet makeover, from the bookcase, the shelves, the organizers, everything came to $134. which isn't a bad price for completely transforming this closet and all of the storage that it added. I think we're going to go ahead and do this exact same thing to 2 more closets in the house sometime here in the near future. So I got all of the ideas for this closet off of Pinterest. Pinterest is always a great place to go for ideas for any project that you're doing around your home. I got a few ideas off of there and then just came up with this simple design with this bookcase in the middle from Amazon and then the 2 shelves on the side with some wood from Lowe's. A lot of people use the Billy bookcase from IKEA, but we are 3 hours from IKEA and I couldn't order it online. So this one from Amazon worked just fine, but it's not quite as high of quality as the Billy bookcase would be. So if you can go to IKEA, that would be a good option to get the Billy bookcase. There is a lot of empty space in this closet, so I'll probably be using about half of it for storage. I already have 2 of our suitcases stored over there in the corner, but I'm going to bring some more things over here and store them in this closet. Levi doesn't have much right now when he's only 1 year old, but as he gets older and has more clothes and things, all this space will be really nice. And all the clothes that's been passed down from his older brothers are in these gray bins, but I am going to hang most of those up, at least up to 3T. I already did hang up quite a few 2 and 3T shirts. I just want to easily see what he already has and if I need to buy anything. I'm just tired of having everything stuffed in a bin. I used to have them all in that big plastic bin and couldn't hardly find anything. It wasn't organized. I had to dig through to find different sizes, and I just want to have it all organized a little bit better. So now we are over in the hall bathroom and I'm going to work at organizing 2 of these drawers and 1 of the cabinets. I got a few new organizers for this bathroom, this set of drawer organizers from Amazon. Really love these, so I will link them down below. And then I also got this set of plastic bins from TJ Maxx. They had a whole bunch of organization products on clearance the other day, so I stocked up on a couple of organization bins and I'll be using one of these in the bathroom cabinet. So first off, I'm going to clean this top drawer and then I'm going to apply some of this peel and stick contact paper. These drawers are really old, so I just wanted to add this peel and stick paper. That way they were a little bit easier to keep clean, and then also they were just a little brighter and newer looking. So once the peel and stick paper is applied, I will start adding in these bins. And these drawer organizers do come with some little non-slip silicone pads that you just stick to the bottom of the organizers, and then they don't slide around in the drawer. So that's really nice. When I bought these, they were 25% off, and then they also had an extra 5% off coupon. So that sale may still be going on. I'll have the link for them down below if you're looking for some organizers like this. Okay, so now I've moved on to the second drawer and I'm just doing the exact same thing to this drawer. I took everything out, cleaned it, dried it, and then now I'm applying this peel and stick contact paper. And I bought this paper from Walmart. You can usually find this anywhere. Walmart, Target, Marshall's, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, any place like that will have peel and stick paper for drawers and cabinets like this. So now I will show you the before and after of these drawers. quite the transformation. They are nice and organized and clean now. I've been wanting to clean and organize these drawers for a while, so I'm very happy to finally have this done. Now I'm going to clean and organize this cabinet, and here's a look at one of those packs of storage bins that I gotten on clearance at TJ Maxx. Like I said, when I was in there last week, they did have quite a few organizational products on clearance, and I stocked up on a few of these plastic bins. This pack was only $16, which is a really good price, and that was a pack of 2. I added one of these to this cabinet along with the peel and stick paper after I cleaned the cabinet, and then I organized all of the products back into that cabinet. It was a little bit of a tight space to work in, so I didn't film much of that, but here's how the cabinet turned out. Okay, so I'm going to make some lunch here and share an easy soup recipe before we move on to the next part of this video. The soup that I'm making is called cheeseburger soup, and the first step is to brown your ground beef and chop all the veggies. So I'll be adding carrots and potatoes to this soup, and normally you would also add celery and onion as well, but I didn't have either of those on hand, so I'll just be doing the carrots and potatoes. Once the ground beef is done cooking, you'll remove that from the pot and then add butter, chopped carrots, and seasonings. Put the lid on and let that cook until the carrots are soft. Next, you'll add your potatoes and chicken broth, put the lid on again, and let it cook until the potatoes are done. And I'm cooking this soup in my new Dutch oven. This Dutch oven is beautiful. I've been having so much fun using it. This Dutch oven is from Made In, and thank you to Made In for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Made In designs professional quality products for the home cook, and they have an entire enameled cast iron collection. This cast iron Dutch oven I'm using is handcrafted in Northeast France in a factory that has been producing world-class enameled cast iron since the 1920s. If you're looking for a Dutch oven that is amazing quality and can handle baking, searing, braising, and frying, then definitely check them out. You can shop Made In's enameled cast iron cookware with my link down below in the description box, and if you use my link, you can also get 15% off your first purchase over $100. So like you saw, I was making a thickener to add to the soup with butter, flour, and milk. Stirred that into the soup, added a bit more seasonings, and then just let it simmer for a little while, and then added a bit of cheese and sour cream before serving. And I will just have the exact recipe typed up down below, as well as the other recipes that I will be sharing later on in the video. I'm going to do a quick Costco haul before we start restocking the fridge and the pantry. Now this is a very large haul, and I have not done a Costco haul this large in quite a long time. This will last us for a month, and some of this will last 2 months or longer. So over here, some fruits and veggies. I've got blackberries, raspberries, these little oranges. The boys always love the mandarin ones. And then this 2-pack of organic carrots. I always get this. Strawberries, a box of salad, a bag of asparagus, and then I also got a bag of avocados as well. A bunch of bananas, and then a lot of pasta because this pasta was on sale for a really good price. It's organic, really good pasta. And I can just stock this in the pantry. It will keep for a really long time. And so I just went ahead and got 2 packages of these. This pack is spaghetti noodles. And then this one is a variety of different types of pastas that I can use in soups and casseroles, a small bag of string cheese, and then the 2-pack of the shredded cheddar jack cheese. I always grab this at Costco and I just put one in the freezer and one in the fridge. It's been a while since I've gotten lunch meat, so I got a package of this uncured Black Forest ham so we can have some easy sandwiches and wraps over the next few weeks. I needed to restock the organic diced tomatoes in the pantry, and then this yogurt was on sale for a really good price. I think it was like $4 off. This is something that I don't get every single time. Sometimes I'll just get our yogurt at the grocery store if it's a better price, but if this is a good price at Costco, then I will just get that. The big bag of tortilla chips, a big box of oats because I needed to restock the oats in the pantry. I use these to make homemade granola, which we will be making in this video, and restocking the pantry with granola. I got this to try the dragon fruit gut health and immunity drink. It looked really yummy. Over here is some frozen items. Lately I've been getting a lot of frozen fruit at Costco and just stocking the freezer with frozen fruit instead of getting a lot of fresh fruit. So I've just been making a lot of smoothies. I just throw a bunch of different fruit in the blender with some milk, blend it up, and it's so yummy for an evening snack. And ever since we've came back from Hawaii, we've been making our own Dole Whip with frozen pineapple, and then you just do some milk in there, maybe a little bit of maple syrup. It is so delicious. And we've also been making a lot of cherry smoothies lately. They're really delicious, just cherries, milk, a little bit of maple syrup, and vanilla syrup. We love the Costco green beans, so I got 2 bags of those for the freezer, and then we were out of butter, so I got 2 packages of these. And these do keep for a long time, but if I end up having some left past their expiration date, I just put them into the freezer and they keep really well in the freezer. It's nice to have them in there. If you run out, you have a backup supply in the freezer. And I got a big bag of chocolate chips to restock my container in the pantry. Last couple of items over here, almonds for homemade granola. I needed to restock our olive oil. This is my favorite olive oil. I always get it from Costco. This is also our favorite maple syrup that I always keep a good stock of. I got 2 of those to put in the pantry. Chosen Foods classic mayo, and then Mateo's gourmet salsa. This is the best salsa. We've just recently discovered this. This is our second bottle of this, and it is just so delicious. Probably the best salsa we've ever had. So definitely give this a try if you go to Costco. Before I start putting all these groceries away and cleaning the fridge, I'm going to prep some sourdough bread, and here's a look at what my sourdough starter was looking like. I gotten a sourdough starter from my mother-in-law probably a little over a month ago. Since then, I've made 3 round loaves of sourdough bread, a loaf of sourdough sandwich bread, and also sourdough muffins. It's been really fun to experiment with and try to perfect. I'm still trying to perfect the round loaf of sourdough, but it is an all-day process just because there's so many different steps and you have to let it rise for so long. So I'm just getting that started first thing in the morning. Here's a look at what the fridge is looking like before we get started. It was very empty, in need of some groceries. So I'm just going to take everything that was left in this fridge out and set it on the counter, and then just get started cleaning the fridge, wiping down all of the shelves, the back and the sides of the fridge, and then pulling out these drawers and getting those washed in the sink. In this larger acrylic container, I've got all of the cheese items, and then I have a set of 4 of those smaller acrylic containers to put in your fridge, and those are all from Amazon. I'll put the links for them down below. I think maybe 1 or 2, like the one that the eggs are in, and then one other container in the fridge might be from TJ Maxx. You can go to a lot of different places to find containers like this, but Amazon is a really easy place to just search and find a lot of options. So I'm just continuing to work at restocking the fridge here, and with all of this butter, like I said, if it does get too close to its expiration date and I still have some left, I can just pop that right into the freezer. Usually I don't end up having to put any in the freezer because it will last for several months in the fridge, and we usually use up all of this butter in a couple of months. So now I am prepping some berries to store in the fridge. I am just going to wash these raspberries and blackberries because we will be eating these over the next couple of days. I'm sure they'll be gone in just 3 or 4 days. The boys love to have these for a snack. I did also have a pack of strawberries that I just put right in the fridge. I didn't bother washing those or cutting them up because it'll probably be a couple of days or a week until we eat those. And I am prepping the asparagus here. As you can see, I just sliced off the ends, just about maybe a 1/2 inch of the ends, and then I put 1 inch of water in these large mason jars. Place the asparagus in the mason jar, put a little plastic over the top with the rubber band, and this will just help them to last longer in the fridge because it might be a week or more before I use these, so I want them to last for as long as possible. It's always a good feeling to have the fridge clean inside and outside and to have the fridge restocked finally. So I'll do a quick overview of the organized fridge here, starting with the doors. On this bottom shelf, we have all of our sauces and salsa. Up on the next shelf is salad dressings and ketchup, things like that. Up on the top shelf is all of that butter, and over on this shelf I have my sourdough starter, maple syrup, and peanut butter. And I always get questions of why my peanut butter is in the fridge, and this peanut butter says to refrigerate after you stir it because this is made with 100% peanuts. That's the only ingredients in this besides salt. So once it's open and stirred, you have to keep it in the fridge for it to stay a spreadable consistency. On this bottom shelf, we keep all of our water bottles, and now moving to the inside of the fridge, these drawers, obviously veggies and fruit. Over here, we've got oranges and apples. And then on this side, the avocados, carrots, and then I've got a head of cabbage back there. And I could keep these apples out in the fruit basket on the counter, but we love our apples to be cold, so we just keep those in the fridge. Not much in the bottom drawer, just lunch meat and bread. Up here is the eggs, all of the cheese products, and we keep our eggs in the fridge because these are washed. If they weren't washed, we could keep them out on the countertop, but because they're washed, they have to be here in the fridge. Leftovers usually go right here. I've got my 2 jars of asparagus here sitting in that water. And then this juice, our milk down through here. I don't usually have juice in here, but I just got this as something special. I have those extra bags of cheese back there, and one of those is going to be going in the freezer here in a second. These 2 containers have the yogurt and applesauce pouches, and up here on the top shelf is strawberries, my box of salad, the 2 glass containers of berries, and then sour cream. And that's the overview of the fridge. Now I'm going to open up the freezer, and we're going to clean this and also just try to get it a little bit better organized. These freezer drawers needed a good cleaning, so I emptied everything out of the drawer and then wiped out the top drawer, and then I'm moving on to this bottom drawer, and this bottom section actually does lift out of the drawer. So I emptied everything out of that large bottom drawer, set it out here in the middle of the floor so that it would be easier to clean this, and also it's easier to clean when it gets to room temperature and it's not freezing cold. You can actually spray your cleaner on there and everything. Once that was clean, I popped it back in the drawer, got everything organized in there, and I do have all of our meat out in the deep freezers. We have 2 deep freezers that are in that little room that's beside of our carport. And so I just bring in a couple packs of meat about once a week, keep them in this bottom freezer, and then pull them out to thaw when we're going to use them. And now I'm just giving you an overview of how empty the pantry was before we restocked it with food. And as I'm restocking each shelf, I'm just kind of quickly wiping off the shelf. The shelves and things didn't need much cleaning in here, but every time I do a big restock like this, I always like to be wiping off the shelves and the containers as I go. And as usual, I will have all of my organizational products linked down below in the description box so you can find all of the containers that I have here in the pantry, and the baskets and that rack for cans and everything will be linked down there. I also forgot to mention that before I went to Costco, I went into Walmart and I got a decent load of groceries for the pantry, about $200 worth of pantry groceries, and then also some like bathroom and kitchen items as well. But that is why you are seeing more food than what you saw in that Costco haul. In that cloth bin on the bottom shelf, I just keep extras for all of the items that are above there, like oats and flour, sugar, and those bins are from Walmart. They're a very affordable price, and I love that they kind of have that basket look to them, but yet they are a nice soft foldable bin that's really easy to pull out on these shelves. If it's something that you're grabbing on the shelf constantly and storing food in, having a nice soft bin like this is just a lot easier than a heavy basket. And those labels that you're seeing on everything, I made those labels with my Cricut. I'll have my whole Cricut setup linked down below, and I'll also type up the font that I used on the Cricut app to make these labels. These snack baskets are really handy to have right as you walk in the pantry on the middle shelf. You can see everything that's in them. It's just really easy to reach in and grab a snack. So I'm just working my way along the shelves, cleaning and restocking, and then I vacuum the floor before restocking the paper towels in this large basket that's on the floor. And as I was working at all of this organizing and cleaning throughout the day, I was also working on that sourdough throughout the day as well, because like I said, it is quite the process. Usually an all-day process, either that or you just start your dough like in the late afternoon and then you bake the next morning. That way it can rise all night, because at one point the dough has to rise for about 6 to 8 hours. So it definitely is quite the process, but it is really fun. If you've been wanting to try it, I would definitely recommend just giving it a try if baking is something that you enjoy. So now I am working at prepping some homemade granola because I wanted to fill these cereal containers with homemade granola. This is something that I try to do at least once a week, is to make a big batch of granola. If I make a large enough batch and fill all 4 containers, that will last us for 2 weeks. But if I only fill 2 containers, it will only last about a week. The boys go through quite a bit of granola, and I like to have it on acai bowls and yogurt and everything. This granola recipe is really easy. I've shared it several times, so I won't walk you through all of the details. I'll just have it typed up down below and you can kind of see an overview here. Something that I started doing recently is to just purchase a big pack of these sheets of parchment paper instead of buying a roll of parchment paper. And that has been so handy when you're baking, whether you're baking sourdough bread or granola or cookies, anything like that. These are just so handy to have. I'll have the pack that I bought linked down below. It was $200 in the pack for $14. While I was waiting for the granola to finish cooking, I decided to quickly clean out this cabinet under the sink. It wasn't too bad under here, but it did need a good wipe down. This little shelf needed to be wiped down and the bottom of the cabinet and everything. And then I did need to restock the dishwasher pods, so I just cleared everything out, wiped out the cabinet, and then took everything off of this two-tiered shelf, wiped that down with some cleaner, and then organized everything back onto the shelf. And even after you organize spaces, you still have to maintain them every couple of months. If you see them starting to get a little bit crazy, just take a couple of minutes to reorganize everything, clean it, and it will just help you to maintain those organized spaces. So these sourdough loaves didn't quite turn out how I was hoping. This was my first time making 2 in one batch, and they just got a lot bigger than I was wanting them to. The inside did turn out really good, a lot better than last time, but the outside just didn't quite turn out right. But I'm still learning, it's still a lot of fun, and these did taste delicious. So that is going to be it for today's organizing and restocking video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it gave you lots of motivation, inspiration, and ideas today. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, I would love to have you subscribed. Don't forget to enter that Amazon giveaway, and I'll see you next week on Tuesday with a new video. Bye!